This painting started as a direct result of a dream I had. I made a few little drawings of it and started this painting. You really can't see that anymore. It's buried under these other layers. It started from my subconscious and now it's gone somewhere else. The painting just took on a life of its own. And there are actually 2 or 3 paintings under this that you can't see, but I know they're there, and I've built up personal iconography and maybe even a mythology.
The darkness is the given in creation. And it's that aboriginal cosmic womb of darkness that the miracles start popping out of. All of the whole world of creation stories, of course, articulate this great mystery. For an artist, any creative person, the darkness is the period of incubation, the gestation, the long waiting when you think nothing is happening. And this is the period, the time when you live a life of complete faith, knowing that your spirits are working, that energies are cohering, and at some point, imagery for me, song, poetry, whatever is to be born will be born out of that. It's a time when, in a way, you are not out of control, but you are not in control. What is happening is happening. It is no different than an embryo gestating in the womb of a woman or a seed gestating in the ground. The time will be the time, and there is no measuring the time.
The world of energy is not separate from the solid world. That always comes through in my art and is an important, I think, integrating process probably of my psyche, how to share that and communicate that world, that fluid world. I started this painting really thinking about the children who had lost their lives in Thailand and feeling them somehow with me. Hummingbirds represented those children, and I was wishing for them and praying for them to go to paradise or the celestial realms and to be given refuge and to not suffer. And so this painting was about liberating them from what had happened, the trauma of what had happened, and of course, the trauma of what had happened in witnessing it. And I found out after I did this painting was that the Mayans believed that children, when they died young, turned into hummingbirds and would hang on the tree of life until they took rebirth, and was just overcome with the synchronicity between this and my aspirations for these children. I've found a part in my journal that I love about the hummingbirds, and particularly once again in the Mayan mythological tradition, where the hummingbirds come. The hummingbird wind rolls the cloud water of dismembered groundwater into leaves and gives it all back to the plant. So this idea of dismemberment that happens and then remembering. And so much of our work, I think, as artists is remembering some kind of essence, something that is putting us back together again, not only as individuals, but as communities, putting our relationship with nature back into the primary place it really needs to be. And so much of my work and many artists I know is really about this remembering.